from yesterday from the standpoint of the price, but we will still talk about this a little bit later in the video. And now let's look at the news, because there are many news during this day happen, and some of them are really interesting. So first and foremost is that one about Fidelity. Fidelity is said to plan March launch on Bitcoin custody service. If you remember, as we highlighted, and many people were talking about this, Fidelity is the huge company with more than $7 trillion of the funds under their management, and they were planning to launch the custody service of Bitcoin and I think some other cryptocurrencies as well, which will be a huge step in the adoption and like open the gate for and basically enter the field. And it was planned for the first quarter of 2019, and now they announced that it probably will be in March. Of course, it can be delayed, as you know, things happen like this, but it's really likely that they will be launched, if not March, then very soon. And if it will happen and will not be anything like really critically bad about that, I think it will be a huge boost to the, also not only for fundamentals and like general sentiment about crypto, but also about the price. So we'll see how the price of Bitcoin will react to that, and maybe it is like starting to react already when we don't have sudden drop to $1,000 something. So we'll see. Anyway, it's very exciting time, just a couple of months until then. We'll see, guys. Another news, well, it's not exactly like hot news. Winklevoss twins, and what they are doing is that they are trying to set a new level of trust for crypto services, and they actually passed SOC type 1 service organization type examination, typically reserved for the most stringently run financial services or technological firms. And I think they even made a second one, SOC 2. So it basically increases the trust and sort of liability of crypto in general, of course, but Gemini first and foremost. But you see, this sort of news I'm sorry, something happened with my internet. So the Gemini themselves, they are basically making an example of how we shall, or not we, but like similar companies shall treat their business in crypto. Okay, from that, board was authorized to punish operators which fail to conform to the stringent safety regulations by the local authorities. Basically, it sort of sounds scary, but actually it gives much more sort of safety and much better safety and much more stability in this space, because a lot of the fraudulent activity happened and some exchanges were not that safe at all. But with that, we sort of can expect that people will not be that worrying about their money, which should be safe on the at least Japanese exchanges. So that's why probably, well, it's not exactly, but still seemed like at least in the east part of the world we have quite of the increased interest to Bitcoin. So another news, universities who is accepting Bitcoin. Speaking about Ohio, there is another state in the United States which is bill offering cryptocurrencies legal clarity to attract blockchain business. The thing is, it's not yet, of course, not yet in power. I mean, it's just proposed bill, just introduced bill, this bill. But you see, it is, if it will be approved, and if even if not that one, then somehow the same similar thing will happen eventually. So it will build a huge precedent about the fact that crypto is legal, crypto is allowed to be used, and it's based. So together with those news about Ohio accepting Bitcoin for taxes, this is a huge step forward. So well, right now it doesn't seem like that, but if it would be a bull market, I guess the price of Bitcoin just skyrocketed for, like, I don't know, at least 10-20% on that news. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect the price right now, but it will pay out eventually. You see that it's just one more step forward in the space of our space, that we will see the payback, and a lot of the panic. Everybody are anticipating new low. So that guy is basically saying that, you know, even if we will break below $3,000, it's not something that we shall worry about, because, well, mostly he's talking about ETF and this withdrawal of the proposal for ETF, Bitcoin ETF for SEC, from CBOE. But he said that it will be approved, and like they will apply again, and it will be approved eventually, maybe even 2019. But the fact is, like, we are expecting this drop to below $3,000, so why shall we panic? Just buy at the bottom. If you'll see that bottom fall below 3,000, then it's even better, I guess. Well, there are two sides of that. There are other countries which are sort of on the way of issuing their national cryptocurrencies, but it is increasing the awareness, it is increasing the adoption of technology, it is increasing the it sort of spread the word and spread the tech, and more people will actually work on that, and so on and so forth. So we'll see how it will evolve, but in general, I would say it's, again, quite when one state is about to make their own cryptocurrency, I think it's good, not bad. And not facts, but just sort of speculations which are not supported by true data or some real arguments. So in this article, here is why Bitcoin isn't the next gold in one chart. So this is the chart from October 2018 until now, and they say that, you see, the gold is much better against the stocks. So hedging against the stocks, and Bitcoin, now it's falling, and so on. Well, guys, it is called cherry picking, in my opinion. So you better to draw it for the whole period of time for a history of trading of Bitcoin, and then you will see that basically you will not find any asset class, any asset in the world which would outperform Bitcoin of this period of time. Yes, of course, now we have the correction, huge dump, but you see, everything happened. Like, if you actually plot gold, it had such a huge dumps that it's basically the same as Bitcoin, just the time scale is wider. That is it. Another sort of sad story: Chinese crypto miners people lose their money because they do some wrong investment decisions, or because of some other factors. But actually, in China, there are still areas with very cheap electricity where people are mining Bitcoin with a high profitability, and they're just doing great despite our 3,000 plus something dollars per Bitcoin. And I think they will doing great even if the price will go lower. So yeah, things like this happen, but it doesn't mean that the mining business is not profitable. It's just one example. Following the Bitcoin was better or worse in terms of the hedging against the stocks. And again, guys, you may find bad months or good months, and you may find great months, and actually if you'll plot it on average, or at least the whole period of time, you will get absolutely opposite result. So I don't know. It seems like low quality paper, low quality article. Sorry. Again, just my personal opinion. And this is hacked again, unfortunately. Well, guys, you probably need to find some better developers, better safety, hackers, managers against hackers. So that shouldn't happen, especially after such a event. You should find a bug in your system. Well, I guess that's the thing, unfortunate. So we'll see if they will somehow resurrect from that event. Hopefully they will do good eventually. Okay, so let's look at the price finally. Basically, as I told already, nothing really happened fundamentally from yesterday. We're still in the same wedge which I drew, and in fact, if you want some details about TA, I will make a link in the left top corner of this video about the analysis of price from yesterday. It is still valid. We are heading down, but you see, I expected it to go lower, maybe even form a bearish bear flag or bear pennant, but it didn't happen, and we actually bounced pretty much off this line a little bit, pierced it a little bit, but still returned to the wedge, and now going sideways. Still, we have this 200 weeks moving average as a support at $3,300, and also generally I'm more bullish than bearish. I had a lot of arguments on about that, and just for the clarity, in one sentence, I don't think that the market will go where the crowd wants it to go. And if you look at the media, you look at Twitter and YouTube, everybody or any article on internet, you're like 99% are calling for the new bottom, or at least test the previous bottom, but mostly like it should be 2,500, it should be 2,000, it should be $1,200 for the bottom of Bitcoin. We didn't finish yet, we need to see more blood, etc., etc. So when this happens, when most of people are having certain opinion about the market goes in the opposite direction. So like the same way, for example, you think just the hypothetical example, you have the level of $3,600 and you expect the price go up because you see the trend. For example, you have the price, you expect the price hit this level, and since you know this level is very strong, you expect two scenarios. Either the price will touch this level and bounce off of that and will go down, or if the trend will be stronger, then we pierce this line and we'll go above, and this is even better, so we'll go to even higher levels. So the classical trader, what they will do is they will try to spot this event. So they will place the buying order in this area. If they will see the price will go higher this level, they will buy, expecting the price going higher because the level was broken. If the price will not pierce it, they will sell, expecting that the price will go down because of the strong level was bounced off from, the price bounced off from this level. So, and the majority of people will look at exactly this level. Like majority, I would say, like people who are thinking that they are good TA analysts and so on. But in reality, the huge players who are driving the markets, they're wanting to move to get the biggest liquidity as they can, and this is the area with a lot of the buying orders for people who are expecting the price to go down. So if the price will pierce, of course it's not 100% chance, but still, if the price will pierce this level, but price manipulators, if you will, they want the price to go down, exactly, so it doesn't bounce off this level, it pierce it, it collects the liquidity over here, and then it will go down. On the other hand, if they would want to bounce from this level, they will not bounce exactly from that level, but a little bit lower. So that is how you would they avoid the following the expectation of the herd. And exactly the same thing is happening. Well, I would anticipate to happen right now with the market. So when everybody are saying, for example, the price of Bitcoin should scenario is that if we'll reach this price, we will not bounce off that price, but we will pierce it to even lower, much lower level. So one or another. And again, you can refer to more details about this in previous videos, but generally this is my standpoint, and that's why I'm more bullish than bearish at the moment. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow in the next update. See you, goodbye, safe trading.